how actually zoomed in I actually am. Oh, I always see after that I was either way out or way in. Hi, hello, how are you? We're gonna do our makeup and I'm gonna show some of the colors if you want to see them. And while I wait, Monday, I haven't done a face tutorial since, well, it's been six days, six days, a week. But I have some palettes to show that are still available. And I have my computer so I can tell you cost, all the stuff, all the things. I need to wait for some more people to pop on. That way I can hopefully catch whoever said it last week. But I closed out, and right when I ended last Monday's live, somebody commented, but all comments go away once I end the live, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I think. I've got a lot of windows open that are the same thing. I did a Zoom yesterday for new artists, and we talked all things YouTube and Saint Official. I gotta find my same thing. But hi, hello, we're gonna do our makeup. I've got a friendly little visitor, and if anybody has questions about what's still available, let me know. I can swatch up to 6 colors. This is one of the palettes. Is this not so pretty? I saw somebody who got it in a 18. It's so lovely. The advent calendar, for some reason I was expecting it to be big. I think I was expecting it to be like this big. I don't know why, but it's only 12, so obviously little. But it's this nice, if you're trying to figure out what to get somebody and they like makeup, grab the advent calendar and divide these puppies up. That's a really good gift. So that's still available. The gift with purchase is still available. It's good. But I wanted to talk about, there's 2 things that I really love aside from, hello, good morning, Debbie. Ooh, El Dorado Hills. That sounds so fancy. All right, there's a few things that I think are worth the buy. So I love the multitasker brush. I use this for little wings. But I will say, if you're on the fence about the new, first off, here's the difference in color. So this is considered rose gold. This is gold. They're streamlining all their brushes. So the 3D brushes, good morning, Brandy. The 3D brushes and the demi brushes were all different colors. They were silver versus rose gold. Now everything is gold. They're streamlined, but if you are on the fence about the new etch brush, jump it. You want the brush. I'm making this my new lip brush, and this is my new eye brush. This takes the place of my eye shader brush that I link all the time. This is the BK Beauty one, and then I have I don't even know what brand it is of the other one I use. I mean, where the heck? I can't even find it because I've just been using the BK. They're the same, but this takes the place of it. They're very similar. This one is a little smaller, so you have a little more control on how thick your smokiness is. But then there's this end. I love getting this wet and using it for a wing. I've been using the new shade Spell. I think I want to try Spell as a lip color today, and I want to mix it with Balm. So we're going to try that today. But if anybody wants to see these, I will say what you see and what you swatch are so different. Ice, everybody thinks looks like unicorn. It has a greenish blue tone. It's very aquamarine. This comes off very turquoise. This is more of a sea foam in real life. These are all so pretty. This reminded me of Junior Prom, but it's slate gunmetal gray. And then this one is matte. I feel like this one here is like the matte version of Bayou. And this is so pretty as an illuminator. I know it looks green. It goes on so pretty. So if you're on the fence about these, they're not for individual sale. They may be eventually. By the names of them, I want to say they will be. I just don't know when. But I'm loving this etch brush so much if you're looking for that. And then I fell in love with this. It reminds me of those Saint Laurent purses, but it's a palette. I like the black. I think it looks cleaner longer. I think it looks a little bit sleeker. I did get the gold. It's right here. And look at how pretty that is. They even made the Saint shiny gold, but here is the gold. Now for me, it comes with a little covering on the ST. This is a gift for somebody, and I love it. The color is more khaki, like a yellow traditional khaki color. I don't love it, but it also gets a little dingy a little faster. So just a little food for thought if you're wondering which ones to get. I like the black. They're easier to keep clean. That's just me. It just hides things a lot better. So I just think, I love this. This is my new palette. I just need to switch things over and I just haven't yet. So we're going to do our makeup now. But if you have questions about anything, everything is still available. They ordered a lot to be available for everybody. So they're so good. I'm not going to be doing my eyes because I'm doing my 12 days of Christmas. So you're not going to see that today. I'm going to go in. I want to talk about a couple of things. I'm going to talk. Oh, I can't talk about hooded eyes. I have a hooded eyes tutorial coming because I've been talking to a lot of people about it. But again, I'm doing the Advent. But I want to talk about oily skin because I just want to talk about skin types. So tell me what your skin type is. Tell me what your struggle is and what your worry is. If you're not using Saint and you're curious about it, what is keeping you? Like, what is keeping you? But because I want to know, because it makes me better. Oh, I talked about this a couple days ago. I was up at 3 a.m. sucking on a lozenger because I keep night coughing and I got to call my doctor. Anyways, not bossy. 3 a.m. purchase. Apparently I like mustard yellow. Aggressively helpful. And I was like, this is so perfect for my Monday lives. I'm aggressively helpful. So I'm going to go in with my Milk Hydro Grip. I'm talking softer because my husband is home and I feel weird doing this in front of him. I'm weird, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, I'm putting on my Milk Hydro Grip. I do not moisturize in the mornings. I do at night. Like I wash my face with the Saint Cleanser. I find it very hydrating. And at my age, I don't want to use the drying. I don't like using, this is just a me thing. And this is like, I'm not a skin doctor, nerd. I'm not anything. I'm just making things up in my head and hoping it's true. I don't like using face wash for oily skin because I don't want to dry it out at night. And I kind of want those oils to keep me young because I'm going to be 43 next week. Next week. Anyways, so I use the Saint moisturizer and it's really hydrating. It doesn't lather and suds up, and I double cleanse with it because I do like our makeup removing pads, but they're so dang expensive. So I just double cleanse with our stuff and use a microfiber to wash the makeup off, and then I wash my skin. I would honestly, if you aren't using makeup removing melt or wipes, I would almost triple cleanse. Sometimes I do that. It just depends on how it looks, how much makeup I applied. And I use the toner on a piece of gauze, not a piece of cotton, just to scrub it a little better. But you know, things happen. Anyways, and I moisturize at night, but I don't in the morning because I'm oily and it gets me greasy. So I like to use the Milk Hydro Grip to prime, and then I like to go in with my setting powder. Now, I use the heck out of this stuff, so I keep 2 in my palette and 1 in my purse. And I'm going to use the fluffy end of this brush, and I'm just going to go in, and where I've been really oily, I'm going to prep with the powder. And this I can just go ham on because I haven't put the makeup on, and I don't find that it changes the texture of my creams. But if you're dry, get a moisturizer, make sure it's silicone free, and let it sit on your skin for 20 minutes. You really want to. And then spray your brush with setting spray. I like the Saint setting spray for dry skin. Anytime I have a hard time blending on drier skin, I spray my brush with setting spray and it blends like a dream. So if you're having trouble blending, that's a really great way to do it. All right, we're gonna go in and do obviously color correcting because I can't. I did it the other day and I just, I don't need it, but I need it for me. I mean, makeup should look the way you want it to look, not the way somebody else says it should look. It's what you want to look like, what you're the most comfortable in. So color correcting it is. And I just go over the redness, and I just feel like this fall I've been extra red. I don't know. But I'm going to go over here. We're just going to zippy zap this bad boy and these little clusters of fun. I love that since I started doing this, I've been able to embrace. Hold on, well, let's see. I don't know what that is. Anyway, okay. We're just gonna go in, and I'm just taking with what's left on the brush and going over. I used to have really, really bad skin, and I would just pile on more makeup and pile on more concealer and pile on more powder, and it did not help. I think most of my scarring comes from the fact that I did that. Okay, let's go in. We're going to stay with the blend brush. We're going into Suede. I really like using similar tones to what my problems are, and I'm just basically getting a lot of this hyperpigmentation right here, and then this bad boy, and I just bring it around. This is my bad side. Everybody has that side, you know? That's my bad side. This side, right now, it's not being my friend, but this one doesn't have as much. I really don't have a lot of hyperpigmentation here, but for balance, I bring it up. I have some around my brow. I don't know. But if anybody's curious about any of the new colors, please let me know. I do not know what's coming out on Black Friday, but there is a sale. If there's clothing, I know a lot of us love our sweats. I'm putting balm under my eyes. If you're curious about any of the clothing, ask, because they all run a little wonky. Full disclosure, I'm not a big fan of the shirts. I have some, and sometimes they're just for the sake of saying saint here. If it's a crop, your knockers are gonna fall out the bottom. Like, that's just how it is. Plain and simple, your knockers are gonna fall out the bottom. I am gonna do I want Demi or do I want Frenchie? You guys tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. And I'm gonna go break down into my face and do my eyes last. So should I do one of each eye? You let me know. Okay, having problems with my contour and bronzer. It's so dry and stiff, but I used the blow dryer, but it didn't. Okay, how long have you had them? And have you cleaned and melted them? The blow dryer, I don't like the blow dryer. I just think, I don't like it. I don't want to go up or pull these out, go up. I mean, I don't do my makeup where I do my hair. So, Frenchie, okay. I don't do my makeup where I do my hair. So I will just so sometimes mine get a little dry. They get looking like that. When they start looking here's a good way. Recently melted, needs to be melted. This one has, you could tell there's some bumpies. I should just give it a good melt and a good swirl, and it resets them very nice and does help them make creamy, especially if you've had them for a little while, because the contours can last 6 months or more because you're really not using that much, so they last a really long time. And it's creams, so there's a chance that it just feels a little stiffer. Give it a melt. I was doing some swatching and I noticed some of my highlights even got a little dry, especially the darker ones. I think it's the pigments that are used, and once I melted them, they were good as new. I don't think there's an expiration. I mean, I've had colors for almost 3 years and they're still good. I still use them, and there's nothing growing on them. I'm not finding any mushrooms in my palettes, so they're good. I'm gonna go into my main highlight, but I would put it on the stove on low. If you have a glass top, that's fine. I just put it on simmer and keep a toothpick to swirl it, and it picks up. You'll never believe the things you'll find in that stuff. And I just clean them out, 1 toothpick per color, and it resets really fast, and it will be as good as new. It's way better. I don't recommend the hair dryer. I don't even share about it because I think it's not as good as just giving it a good, I think you should give everything a good cleaning. Brushes, your makeup. I mean, you're dipping these things looking like this into this, going onto this, then going in again. You should give it a good clean out. All right, going into Athens, that's my highlight color. And do not judge a color match by what you see online versus what you get right here. You got tan lines maybe 6 weeks ago. Contour. Okay, glad to know. Okay, Frenchie. Okay, you had a lot of texture and movement. It clogs on you. Okay. Okay. Balm under your eyes. Give that a whirl. I tried that using even just old school, and it changed the consistency of that. So if you're still using like concealer, try balm with it. But I would say, I've never had tan lines do that. I've had Bella get that way, but 6 weeks, I would just give it a melt and see how that goes, because these aren't airtight, so things happen. Probably depends on your climate and what stuff. I don't know. I say give it a melt and let me know what happens with it. All right, when I color match, it always can look a little funny. Like that doesn't look like my skin. But when I take my brush and I blend it out, it erases things. I love a good color match. But sometimes when I color match, people are like, well, don't you think this would be better? And I'll say, you're welcome to try it. But in my head, I'm saying, no, no, no. I've been color matching for a few years now, and I have a team of people that have been color matching a lot longer, and I very frequently ask for 4th or 5th opinions before I send them out, because I like to be sure, because I don't want you to hate the makeup. So I usually stand behind my color matches, but truth be told, everybody can wear a couple different shades. I mean, I could wear Athens, I could wear Amber, I could wear Sandy, and they can work just fine. But I like to really make sure I'm getting as close as possible. So I ask for the opinions of the other artists with my color matches. But I only put my main highlight here, and I'm not focusing on this guy, because I'm just gonna apply my makeup, and then once all my colors are on, then I'm gonna be able to decide if it needs extra coverage, rather than piling a bunch on and then getting cakey and textury there, because less is more. It's creams. And I think with Saint, and I said this last time, if you're curious about creams, but you're anti-MLM, oh, it's been such like a thing lately, I feel like. I feel like influencers are doing the same thing as us. It's just not called an MLM. But wouldn't you rather try a cream for $16 rather than try a cream stick for $35, $65? You know, and you've got to pick your shade, so it's probably gonna, even not, you know, even I have a hard time color matching to the pictures they put online. But give it a try, and you have 30 days. And if you're like, creams are great, I want to try this one, I just think it's worth the price to try a cream and see how you like it on your skin. I mean, $16 is way better than all the other cream sticks out there. Anyways, that's just me. Okay, I'm gonna take my fluffy brush, I'm gonna grab a little bit of bronzer, and we're gonna go right here. And we're just going here. I'm only doing my face and brows today, and I'm skipping my eyes because, again, I'm doing my 12 days of Christmas. They've been so fun. It reminds me of, like, you know, when you're pregnant and you're like, do I wanna know? Do I wanna find out? I always wanted to wait. My husband did not, so we didn't. So this is my way of like taking control back. I'm opening them one at a time. All right, I'm gonna go back to my blend brush on the little end. We're going into Sunlit, and I'm gonna go right here. I've had some redness here, but because this is a high texture area for me, I don't put Aspen first. I don't really need it when I'm using something like Sunlit, where it has yellow undertones. And then I'm just bringing this up about halfway up to my first line on my forehead. And I bring that there, and then when I add my contour, everything's gonna come together and it evens out. I'm going to grab a little, and I'm just gonna fluff here, and I'm gonna fluff here. I'm really excited to try this spell with the balm. And I love that Renaissance is back forever, and Rosewood. They're so good. I used Renaissance and Rosewood as a lip color in the last 2 of my Advent colors. It's such a pretty color. I love how it takes the orange. Renaissance pulls the orange off of the Rosewood, and it just makes a really pretty fall lip color. Okay, I'm gonna go into a detail brush. I know what I like, and I like these. Do I ever use something else? I don't, unless I'm really, I don't know. All right, I'm going into cedar. I've been back on the cedar train. I jumped off a stone and I got onto cedar, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm going here. I like to focus my contour there, and then I can pull it down my temple, across the top of my forehead, and I flick, especially if you have light hair, just flick it into your hairline. and then I just pull it around, and then I blur the line here, and I bring that brightening into my contour like that. It just is so good. But you use so little, which is why they can get a little dry, especially when you're tapping in a lot and doing this a lot. It's like going on your mascara. I have fake lashes on. I had an event on Friday where it was Kentucky Derby, and I just felt like I need lashes. So I have lashes on right now. All right, I'm going down each side of my nose like so. Going down this side like so. And across the tip. So easy. I hear water. Okay. I'm not under construction. Everything's fine. We're on hold until spring for everything because we keep getting 65-mile-an-hour wind gusts at our house. Kind of hard to change out windows when you're doing that, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in a window seat set of windows to change out, but we can't do that with all the wind. So who knows what's going on behind my siding right now. Oh boy. All right, there's my nose. My nose takes a little while, and I'm going to use this little end. And we're just going to use a mirror here because I can never get it right down the middle. It's always, oh, look at that. I like going across right here. And then the finger, it's the best way to apply this or smoosh it out and blend. That's just a good. Do you think walnut contour can be used in place of aspen for nose redness? My skin is around the color sandy. I want to say no. It depends on the nose. So my nose right here, I don't know if it's from a breakout. I don't know what it's from, but I have these deep pores on my nose. I don't like anything super heavy on my nose because of that, and that's why I'm really careful about my nose. I would almost say either aspen really lightly with the blend brush or using that NY, here it is, or using NY -1 because it's got that green in it. It's a neutral yellow, so it's a yellowy green color, and it's also a demi color, so it's a little creamier and less dense. It just depends on the texture of your nose. Everybody has a different nose. But I wouldn't do walnut because it has that brown in it, and I just wouldn't. I don't want it to mess with your colors too much. So I would say no. But if you have it, try it. I'm always up for like working with what you have in your palette. If you have it, try it. If you have hazel from summer, I think hazel I feel like is similar to walnut. It's a bit creamier because before hazel, I would use walnut as my summer shade, and now I use hazel. Maybe try hazel if you have it. So there's that. There's so many ways of working with this, and hazel's a really good color to correct redness. So if you have any of those colors, I say try it. Try what you have with you. That's just me. All right, going back into cedar, and I'm gonna go right up here and then pulling it up. Under blend. You want this to look kind of like a stamp because this is just a high traffic brush zone, if that makes any sense. So we got contour, and then we're gonna go in. You're very welcome for responding. That's why I do these. This is a high traffic area in the sense that there's bronzer going in on top of this contour, and then there's blush, and then there's maybe illuminators, maybe powder. So you put this on a little darker and don't blend it out all the way because it's gonna continue to blend down. All right, I'm gonna go in blush and bronzer. I love this brush. And I'm gonna go into my Bella, and I'm gonna hit here and here because that's where the sun hits. And then I'm gonna go right on above that contour. You want that contour to go in above the natural shadow and around. And then I just come up and I make it work with my bronzer. It shouldn't look like a color and then a color and then a color. I know a lot of people, some people really like a good chiseled contour. Just depends for me, because I don't want it to look like I've got a beard strap of cream. So I don't like the super sharp line. All right, we're gonna do blush, and I'm gonna be using Frenchie on both my cheeks and my under eyes. So you can see a little bit of my discoloration pulling through, so I put my Frenchie right on top of those, because if I use anything as a blush, it's gonna grab them and pull them through. So Frenchie works as a concealer, but it also works as your blush, and it goes with every blush color. It doesn't matter what color it is. It could be lighter, it could be pink, it could be orange, it could be whatever. It plays with all of them really well. Frenchie is a great tool. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. There are colors I'll stay away from because of my discoloration, like Renaissance, Spellbound. I don't use them on my cheeks. I also don't use glosses on my cheeks because I feel like it pulls my makeup up. But I'm going to go into Rosewood. This is your fall blush color. This is your color for Thanksgiving. You're going to start right up here. This is a really, really pretty color. Smile so you can see where your apples are, and bring it down into that Frenchie, and then flip it to that fluffy brush and just marry it all together. It's so pretty. It's like sandstone, but for Thanksgiving. Whereas sandstone, I don't know what it's for. It was for Thanksgiving until Rosewood came out, but I like Rosewood a million times more. It has just a little bit of a pinkiness to it. I don't know. I like it a lot. All right, I'm gonna go into Frenchie now, and we're gonna do the under eyes. Tap once. You don't want a lot. So I put balm down. You can see how shiny it is. That's gonna help with the gliding. It's gonna help with the creasing, and I'm gonna go just where I'm dark. So I'm gonna bring it here, and I'm just lightly, I'm not pressing my finger on, I'm just tapping it. Just barely tapping it, and there's still some on my finger. And I'm just tapping it, and it may turn. I'm gonna grab a little more for right up in here. You want that shade of peach to cancel out that darkness. So it's gonna look a little pink. If you use Demi, it's gonna give it's a bit more brighter if you use Demi. So I'm just grabbing some Frenchie. Same thing, I'm a little darker on this corner than I am on the other side. So I'm gonna come way up here and then just pulling it down like that. I feel very Bob Rossy for some reason right now. We've got a happy little trough here that we're gonna make into a gentle peachy tone. That's my Bob Ross. Okay, blend brush. You want the blend brush if you're doing your under eyes. If you're playing with a place that has a lot of texture. So I have the fine lines, the creases. So when I'm doing my makeup, I don't want. So here's what happens. When you're taking and you're laying your cream on your face and you've got a fine line, so say right here is the fine line, and you smile, it goes smile, and then it comes up, and then it stops. Smile, and then it stops. That cream is smashing together, and it's gonna settle into that fine line. And so that's what causes the creasing. Using the balm will help that, and I believed that more when I used the balm on my eyelids and it didn't crease. That kind of changed it for me. I was like, okay, this is good stuff. People use eyeshadow primers under their eyes, but you can do balm, and it's so nice. But if you ever find that creasing, just take that finger and just press it back out. You don't have to add more. You don't need to do it. You just press it in all those areas where it can possibly crease. Smile lines, eyes. I don't have all the things, so I got all the things. So I like using a blend brush because your eyes, the name of the game is less is more. This is super pigmented. It's 80% pigmentation, so you don't need all that coverage. You just need all that pigment put down. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. All right, I always make sense to myself. So I'm gonna take the small end. This blend brush is a perfect addition to your collection. If you're wanting to get yourself something for your stocking, slap a bow on it and throw it in your stocking. This is a great brush if your skin is changing. That's what was happening to me. I was in my 30s, my skin was changing, and my makeup just wasn't going on the way it used to. I tried shaving my face, I tried exfoliating, I tried all the things, and it just didn't work. I was getting that coverage and it was staying all day and it wasn't moving, but when I would move my face, my makeup would then crack. and it would gather and get clumpy. And it was driving me nuts because at the end of the day, if I wanted to do anything, I'd have to redo my whole face. And that just was so time consuming. And it was so frustrating to my family to be like, hey, do we got 45 minutes for me to go redo this? Because I couldn't just wipe off an area and put it on. I can with Saint. Like if I don't like my blush, I could just wipe off my cheek and reapply my cheek. It's that easy. But this is faster. Anyways, I'm going to go in with the small end. And we're just going to take and we're going to just, very lightly. And I go, see that shine? We're going to go right up here. And then I'm going to work it up, 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 up. Blend, add if you need it. But do you see how it's already taken that orange tone of the Frenchie out? And I just bring that up the nose and let it all work together. You don't want to swipe. You want to stipple as much as you can. But you see how it just kind of, everybody has texture. My texture's still there, but I'm able to camouflage it by starting my brightening below. Tap, tap, very lightly. And I follow my cream on my orbital bone, not directly on my creased areas. And this helps to camouflage the puffiness. I have this chronic night cough. I'm not sleeping well. Neither is my husband, who was very frustrated with me last night. And so I'm not getting the best sleep. Yesterday it was very puffy, but pulling that brightening just a little bit down, and so little product is on here, and having that balm gives it that skin is a texture. Texture is texture. You can't erase it. You can slap a filter on it, but then you got to walk out of your house. You can't walk out of your house with a filter, but you can walk out of your house with this. And your skin should have a glow. Your skin naturally has a glow. Your makeup should embody that. That might be the wrong terminology. But going just over that smile, over that shine, and then coming up, 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 up into that corner. I like using Sunlit because my discoloration bothers me. And so using Sunlit has a little bit of a yellow tone. If you're thinking you want to try Sunlit, message me. It's not for everyone. It is a particular color that works with a particular skin tone and texture. I think if you have a lot of texture, that you could accentuate it. So it's not for everybody, but just click the link in my description. Send me an email. That does not mean I'm adding you to an email list. That does not mean I'm going to harp on you. Ask me a question, I answer it, and I leave you alone. Because I've been to some of those things, and I think that's why MLMs get such a bad rap. I run my business based off of everybody's bad experience and doing the opposite. So ask me a question, and then I leave you alone. Ask anybody here. Do I do that? Yes. Also, I'm saying this now just because there's a fair amount of people here, and I don't know who was here last week, but I was talking about the artist program. I know, and I'm not plugging it right now. But when you join my team, I do a power hour. And somebody right at the end asked me about the power hour. If you are here, tell me it was you. Because you asked a question, I didn't see it, and I was hitting end, and then I saw something about power hour, and I was like, and it was gone. So if it was you, and you're here, or if you're rewatching, and now you're here, put it in the comments or message me or something about power hour, because in January, they have a birthday party and there's an incentive. They're giving away one of these. And if you get one of the top 2 artist kits, you get a ticket to their virtual conference. But if you join during the birthday, I am going to be doing a power hour. There may be some other things in the works depending on the team you join. But I'm offering to allow anybody, I don't charge for it, to come to my power hour and learn about Saint and how to run their business without it running them, blah, 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 blah. If it was you, let me know, please. Okay, back at it. We're gonna do our lips because it's my favorite. Usually I use the multitasker brush, and I think people find it really intimidating because it's so precise. It doesn't need to be, so I'm gonna do it with my finger. I try to always use my ring finger. It's our weakest finger, and I'm gonna go right under my lip and make a little soul patch that turns into a shadow. Really easy. So take a look here. You see my lip, and I'm going to do it on the top. And if it gets a little on your actual lip, it really doesn't matter. But it creates just this little subtle shadow right up here. And then I go between the bumps. and it just creates that little shadow. I didn't invent this or come up with this. This is everything, every idea is stolen. So it's so good not to do though. I hit my peaks on either side and then I wipe around the corners. It's that, and then I just use a different finger to just press it out. Boom, 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 right there. And it just creates this, I like structured lips, but I like my lips to look fuller. Okay, we're gonna try, I am gonna line my lips. I'm gonna use the small end of this brush, and I am gonna line my lips because I have lines and I think lip liner helps create a barrier. So I'm going into Renaissance because it's my favorite on the small end, and I'm gonna line, not outer line, my lips. Real simple. And then we're gonna do the bottom lip. Also, real simple. It doesn't have to be tidy, or it doesn't have to be perfect. Just don't go crazy outside of your lip because everybody sees it. All right, now I have really dry lips right now. So what I'm gonna do is, the balm is a great base, but I'm gonna be mixing it with colors. So these are the shades, where is it? Shades of the Advent Calendar. They're so pretty. I don't know what today's is. I haven't opened it, and I'm gonna do it after the live. But I am going to take Spell. This looks like cocoa. This looks like Philly. I feel like it's pomegranate and cocoa together. There's just a bit of a red to it, but it also doesn't go on crazy dark. But isn't that pretty? I want to try this mixed with balm. So we're gonna do it. I am going to ribbon out some balm. I'm just gonna put it on my arm. I want more. This is probably a mistake. So I've just ribboned out a little booger and I'm gonna rub into Spell really, really good. And I'm gonna just rub this into, I might have overdone it. Okay, that's, I don't even wanna show you this color. I might have made a mistake, but I'm gonna, this is gonna be a bold color. My lip is so darn dry. This is super dark. I need a brush. I do need a brush. The things I try without testing. Okay, I'm just gonna grab my brush and sweep off some color and use, oh, way better. So this is Spell and Balm together. If you like a deep and moody, excuse me, color, this is yours. But you can make any eyeshadow a lip color. Mija, oh, that would be pretty. I should try that one. Maybe I'll try that one next week. But, ooh, that's pretty. I know somebody who would love this color. She's been wearing this color since I was a kid. This is a very deep, pretty color. It does kind of remind, I want to swatch it. Oh, crap. I just had it on my hand to swatch. I want to say, let's see. No, this is definitely more burgundy. So this is a nice dark brown. Not for everybody, but I put it on the other day as an eyeshadow and I was like, I wonder, where's my brush? There it is. I want to, this needs work. Just needs some sharpening. All right. I also don't have super full lips. And sometimes I think dark colors need that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Spell as a lip color. Maybe with eyeshadow. You know what? I can't do that. I was gonna say I'll just put a picture at the end, but I can't because it's live. But anyways, all right. I'm going to do my brows. I use eyeshadow. I like it way better than using contour. I think it has a little bit more staying power. And maybe that'll help with this lip color. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, I'm going into Trust, bottom corner. I do the same shape every day. And if you do the same thing every day, you get pretty good at it. And so that's why I make it look easy, because I've been doing my brows the same way for how long? I would say over 20 years. I've always used eyeshadow. I've tried pencils and I never liked them, and I liked the control I got with eyeshadows. Boom. I'm looking better, I think. But my lips are also really, really chapped, which are making them look uneven. But this is a really pretty color. If you did just like a neutral eye and we're dressed up in, I don't know, like a little black suit, a little black dress, and you're going to like a cocktail party, holiday party, and you don't want one of those bright red lips, this could be a really fun, moody color. Put on a green dress, would be really pretty. All right, I would add extra balm though, because it's feeling a little dry, but my lips are dry, so we're gonna add a little balm here in a minute just to see what it does to it. But I love trying new things. I need to spray this. Brow wax is activated by moisture, so just give it a little spritzy poo like I just did. I don't know if you could see that. And then just swirl her around, and that'll pick up any excess and keep your strays from flying all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of balm because my lips feel a little dry. That feels way better. I love the balm because it can be used for so many things. It's a great gift. Okay, that's my face. I'm gonna go open up an Advent color. I wanna get all the color off me though, because I don't wanna get it all over my box. Okay, a while back, did you say that if you melt the brow wax, it won't fall out of the tin? No, that's exactly right. So if you are looking, let me pull, mine looks bad. Your brow, everybody's brow wax will look like this a little bit. So if you look at my brow wax, you can see right up here, they shrink. And if you don't pre-melt them, they can fall out of the tin. And so I always give mine I don't always fully melt it. I just want the bottom to melt a little bit, and then it won't shrink and it won't fall out. So yeah, Brandy, yes, that's absolutely right. I need a drink of water. I've had this cough since April. I don't know what's going on with me. All right. It's probably a COVID thing or something. Who knows? All right. I'm going to take this lip color off. I can't with this. But if anybody here asked about the artist program and my power hours, whether you're an artist already or becoming an artist, in January, I'll be offering my power hours up to any and all artists that want to come. So if it was you, say so. I can never get comfortable sitting. I'm always adjusting on the feet, off the feet, on the feet. Okay. But if you're looking for gifts for people, this embossed palette, it only comes in this size. So this is the only size. It even has this handy little metal lip for opening really easy. I like that. And then this one's also very, very, very pretty. And I've been using the heck out of it. And you can see it doesn't get all grimy. Whereas if you get the lighter ones, they get a little grimy. Yeah. I mean, I haven't been using this very often, and this thing is starting to, there you go. You can see how grimy they get. The black camouflages it really, really, really well. And so I really love this little lace. Somebody said it reminds them of Fredericks of Hollywood. And I was like, well, grab your water bra and put on your makeup. But these are really, really pretty. But if this isn't for you, I would definitely get this. This is the first one they've done like this. And it's raised. It's just so chic. It's so pretty. All right, that's it. I am going to go and do an eyeshadow look and do a different lip color. I thought this would look a little more, I don't know why I want to say red. I don't know what I thought it would look like. I thought it would have a little more red to it, but I like it, and it's not for everybody, but you can do this with any eyeshadow. I also think I rubbed into my eyeshadow a little too hard, but whatever. It is what it is. It went everywhere. Boy, howdy. All right, stay tuned because here in a couple hours, I'll have today's Advent shade. Have a great day.